Welcome back, Pokemon fans. Angel of the Night here. We are back again with the Grand Challenge 2025 Part 1, and this is battle number 26. I noticed that I messed up the little gate intro there, and I apologize for that. Sometimes my presets don't always work 100% of the time. But we're going to get into the battle here regardless. Our opponent here, Kyle, I believe, has led off with a Politoed and a Ludicolo. And of course we have Zebstrika and our Amoonguss. Now what we can do with the Zebstrika, because we are boosted by the rain, we can go for the Supercell Slam into the Politoed. And of course we can also try to go for a redirect with the Amoonguss. Now, the reason why we would want to go for the redirect here is in case they decided to change the Terra typing onto the Ludicolo, and or if they decided to try to attack with the Politoed. Now, in this situation here, the Ludicolo has gone for the Terrestrial of Water, which means that it is no longer able to avoid the whole Rage Powder situation. So luckily for us, we can actually redirect all the moves from the Ludicolo into the Amoonguss. And here is the Hydro Pump coming in from the Ludicolo, and as you can see, not really going to be able to take out the Amoonguss here, but it did do a ton of damage. Now, it looks like it was a boosted Life Orb under the rain and with the Terrestrial of Water. That's some serious damage. That is a that is a Pokemon that you do not want to mess with, right? So anyways, we get the Supercell Slam off onto the Politoed. It looks like it did not have a Focus Sash, and luckily for us, we were able to get the first KO. Now, of course, we do receive a little bit of damage there from the Life Orb, which is not going to be something to worry about just at this time. But then he's going to go in with his Tower Master Lucario. Now, with Lucario onto the field, that is a Steel and Fighting type Pokemon. Now, what we can do with the Zebstrika, we could go for the High Horsepower here, which should be super effective onto the Lucario, being a Steel type Pokemon. I'm actually really hoping that I'll be able to pick up a Knockout. However, in this situation now, we are also going to go for the Terrestrial Water on the Amoonguss, so that way if we do get hit by another Hydro Pump when we do our Rage Powder, then we will not be, taking as much damage as we did the last time. Now, this time around, Ludicolo has gone for the Ice Beam, not effective onto our Water-type Amoonguss. And here we go with the High Horsepower into the Lucario, picking up that KO onto that Steel Fighting type Pokemon. Now again, we are going to lose a little bit of health there from the Life Orb. Perfectly fine. They're going to bring in Cerulege here next. Now, Cerulege seems to be a weird type to have onto a Rain Dance team. I'm not really sure I understand why, but we're going to go for the High Horsepower here as well. Cerulege being a Fire-type Pokemon, we should be able to get some decent work with the High Horsepower. We're going to redirect all of the attacks directly into the Amoonguss with the Rage Powder, and of course, as you can see, there was a Giga Drain from the Ludicolo. I almost said Lucario there. Anyway, they end up draining the entire health of our Amoonguss, and Amoonguss goes down. So it does lose a little bit of health there from the HP, from the Life Orb, oh my gosh. And here we go with the Psycho Cut from the Cerulege. Now, of course, Cerulege not really able to do any damage, really, onto the Zebstrika, not really taking it out, but we know that the next turn around, they are going to get pretty much knocked out. We do bring in the Annihilate here in order to try to combat that Cerulege. Very possible that it might actually get some sort of Ghost-type moves off onto the Annihilate, but we do lock in the Zebstrika to the Cerulege. There's the High Horsepower, taking it down into the red. Now, of course, it does have weak armor, so that's going to boost up the speed of Cerulege. And we are still going to lose a little bit of health there from our Life Orb, but there's the Shadow Claw into Annihilate, and luckily for us, we do survive. Here is the Rage Fist. Now, this is actually going to be quite helpful for us against this Ludicolo. As you can see, we actually were almost able to take it out, but it does not look like we're going to be capable of doing that this turn. Now, we could go for the Supercell Slam to finish off the Ludicolo. That's probably what I should have done to begin with. But there's the Giga Drain from the Ludicolo. Of course, it does have the Swift Swim ability, so it's going to be able to go first. I did think that maybe there was going to be like a Shadow Sneak from the Ceruledge here. I thought it might have gone first for priority, but it definitely didn't happen that way. They've decided to go for the Shadow Claw, which is actually going to be able to pick up the KO onto the Annihilate Pierce, so that's very unfortunate for us. Where I thought we might have had an advantage, we definitely didn't in the end, and that's kind of where we're at. We do happen to have our Tauros here, so we're going to bring in Tauros, and of course we've already used our Terrestrial with the Amoonguss, so we can't go into our Fairy typing, but we could go for an attack here that can hit 2 Pokemon at once, which is the Rock Slide, or we can go for another move. Now in this situation here, we did choose the Rock Slide, but it looks like the Psycho Cut is going to be able to go first. Super effective, but not able to knock us out. We do pick up the KO onto the Ceruledge here, which is fantastic, and we were very close to taking the Ludicolo here as well. But we managed to get the flinch, which is beautiful, because they are no longer in the rain, and they can no longer attack first. Here we go with the Raging Bull, and that is going to be game. So good game to my opponent. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the battle. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, post your comments, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace out.